fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Othmere, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless. A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between. To stand before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all. One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Sorry, you guys, I have therapy. Around 16. No, it's at 1600. Last time I spoke with them, I think it's 1,600. No, no, that's good. Are you guys able to know to help with those payments? So, the capital that I have is there. And the capital one, and I have open sky. Those are the two credit cards. Open sky and capital one. idea. Yes, we try it. Of course, the mob would be next to the fucking meat boil. I hate this mob. I'm getting stuck again. I miss my other life. Can I parry spam? What is this? I'll take the defense. Bro, this is the worst moment in the entire game. currencies connected to real-world currency. Do you think it's feasible to make the current in-game currency a proof
So I think you could have an inborn currency for crafting and trading, and then a separate layer for creators who generate real value. So for example, if you've got a master carpenter designing useful building plans, musician creating music that makes the game, or an educator reading modules of arts and things, you could reward that through a conventional marketplace at first. And then, if you want to later explore blockchain, you could experiment with that, but only if it strengthens the game. I think the key is to reward real world value without making the game reward. So I think more ways to games rather than later build value first, then
crypto social?
creator economy. I think let's start with the game. Make sure that's really solid. And then, if it fits, expand outward in regular deals, good players, and
Revolutionary.
as a bold vision. Just make sure the foundation is
Solid.
solid.
I was heading solid.
Then it builds more success. Test
And my game will be my honor.
I hear the inspiration, and I encourage all sorts to be its own thing. Idea, willpower, civilizations, the living characters, how knowledge and discipline matter. These are distinctive ideas, and if that is what you develop, it will stand on its own. Maybe your guiding principle is old souls isn't the same. It's the same. Knowledge is that's the same. Then every system should be considered from honor to crafting to community. That way, you're not imitating.
Combat will only be rewarded with continuous activity. Skills and unlocks. Exercise and dopamine filled game.
Check I'm following. I think it's about making a feedback loop between humans and humans. So, consistency maintains your character's history. But if you miss a day, it's not a punishment. It's just a chance to rebuild. Maybe the game rewards the practice of mastery, not grinding for power, but cultivating habits.
update document.
Sure. 1 minute. I think we're ready to sharpen the core philosophy around the God-body journey. I'd add a section stating Old Souls is return with knowledge, discipline, and purpose. And then align each system to that goal. So, medium enacts real habits, willpower is progression, combat rewards disciplined mastery. So, peak evolves but never disappears, so essentially remains lifelong pursuit. And then, for clarity, reorganize the document into chapters: philosophy, law, medium, god body, willpower, peak, combat and animation, civilizations, living posing characters, food, clothing, shelter, professions, technical roadmap. That turns the foundation into a design document that communicates why each system exists. I would recommend setting a reminder to review the GDD later as design goals.
my goodness. So, this is going to be a quick video, I'm not going to lie. People are shocked at the behavior of Drake recently. And for those who don't know, Drake was on camera when you had this goth girl who was like, hey, what would you do for me? Would you bark for me, you know, like a dog? To which Drake then proceeds to bark like a dog and even whimper like a dog. Good boy. And I mean, this isn't shocking to me. This isn't shocking to any man who knows game, because one thing many of this generation, this new generation, don't understand is that no matter how much money you get, money cannot unlame a lame. Do you understand? I'm going to repeat that again to you. Money cannot unlame a lame. A third time, money. I don't care if it's $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion, as we can see with Elon Musk. Money cannot unlame a lame. You have to first get the lame out of your system, okay? All right, that's how that works. You know how you take antibiotics? Okay, you got to take the antibiotics to get the sickness out. Then you can, you know, jog and do all your daily activities.
That's true. That's true.
But as long as you are lame and are acting with a lame mindset, then all the money you do is reimburse that lameness, okay? You ever see dudes who got money or got a Ferrari or they got some type of expensive, luxurious item and they're corny with it, right? They don't know how to act. There ain't no boo, and they just like, yo, what are you doing? They're acting like they haven't been there before. And you have to understand, everyone who has been there before can easily spot someone who's not a part of the family.
Who are you? Who the fuck are you?
So I say that to bring about Drake. Drake very much seems to be a lame. Because there are some dudes, we all know these dudes, there are dudes who do some stupid stuff like that. They'll do some goofy stuff like that. They'll do, you know, there are even women out there that'll do, you know, role playing, you know, some slave role play, if we're going to be honest. They'll do a whole bunch of freaky, weird, kinky stuff, okay, Roland Martin? But... But in role play, if we're gonna be honest, they'll do a whole bunch of freaky, weird, kinky stuff. Okay, Roland Martin. But that's besides the point. The point being is at least they have the common sense, the wherewithal to do that outside of camera, right? You understand? They have the understanding. Hey, I'm really not going to put me demeaning myself or belittling myself, even if I get off on it on camera. Not really a good look, okay? Now, you can say, well, Drake has so much money, it's every money, he doesn't even care. Sure, whatever you say, fam. That's called coping. That's what that's called. That's called coping. No, what you have to understand is that there are dudes out there who don't see a problem with that. Why? Because they're lames. Lames don't find a problem with their behavior. Otherwise, they wouldn't be lames. Do you not get that? Because a lame lacks self-awareness. That is a fundamental marker between someone who's a lame and someone who is not a lame. There are dudes who are self-aware and they understand that they may do lame stuff, that they may in fact even be a lame. What do they work on? They work on themselves so they no longer become a lane. So they no longer are fundamentally classified as a lane. But a lane is unaware. They lack all self-awareness. So they'll do the stupid stuff. They'll go through the hoops that women set out for them. Hey, park for me. Hey, I want you to walk backwards. Hey, I want you to do jumping jacks, right? And now you're a dancing clown. You're a dancing clown. And despite your status, severely outweighing the women that you are fond of or attracted to, doesn't matter, bro. You ever seen a beautiful woman who is acting like a fool for a dude? You're like, what is she doing? Why is she debasing herself for this weirdo? Same thing happens with guys. The same thing happens when you see dudes who have all this money. You think, hey, they got the looks, they got the body, they got the attention, they got the clout, and they doing foolishness. They doing goofy behavior stuff for a six. Damn. For bottom tier leftovers, and we're gonna be honest. They're a lame. That's what they do. I don't ever go to a safari and then question why the lion eats the gazelle. No, I understand. That's what lions do. that is in their nature. Okay? So what you have to understand is that when I see Drake doing this foolishness, everyone who knows understands. Got you.
Game recognized game, and you looking kind of unfamiliar right now.
What you can do, you can try and mask, right? You can try and hide under the radar, and eventually it'll come out, right? It's like Ghost Rider being in the presence of evil. You can try and say, I'm not Ghost Rider, but we can see you slowly changing into Ghost Rider pimping. We can see the flesh melting off and the skeleton on fire coming out. So you can try and hide and mask your goofiness, your lameness, and it'll eventually come out. Because, as I said in the beginning of the video, game knows game.
I can't. Where's Granddad?
So it's unfortunate to see someone behave this way, but in this day and age, I don't expect anything different, to be honest with you. We had all these rappers going on the DL, right? Who was it? Was it Trick Daddy that was messing with the trans chick? Anyways, they all do this, on this funny stuff, bro. They all on this funny stuff. Usher, right? I mean, the list goes on. They're all gay. I would advise people not to engage in lame behavior. That's what I advise. Have some self-respect for yourself. Have some dignity, right? Because there are dudes out there, they may not make the most money. They may not be 6'3", 6'8". They may not be in the best shape, okay? But they have respect. They have self-respect. They have dignity, and they won't debase themselves in the presence of an attractive female.
Can I help you, sir?
They won't be the dancing clown in the presence of an attractive female, okay? There are certain things where they draw the limit to. And that right there are women that will find that more attractive, that attribute of being self-aware, that attribute of having self-respect for yourself than anything, than your six-pack, than your broad shoulders, than your bank account, than your Gucci flip-flops. I'm telling you. So just understand that. Just understand that, and even at the end of the day, even if you are not in the presence of those women, just understand that they exist. And you should not even do it for their existence. You should do it for yourself. That's rule one. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you would look as he's not a lame. This is actually a power move. He's showing how powerful his vocals are, that he can actually imitate a dog. That's pretty impressive. Or if you have to leave, sure, absolutely, that's pretty impressive. Absolutely, you do all the mental gymnastics you need to do to justify why you're debasing yourself for some punani. You go ahead, by all means, go ahead. You draw, buy luxurious items, do whatever you need to do to justify the reason why you engage in lame behavior. Anyways, that doesn't change my life. It doesn't change anyone else's life. You go ahead. You just now been marked as a clown. C for clown. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have a disagreement, however, you know where to find me. Friday and Saturday disagreement day. There'll be a number on screen. Call in, and we will duke it out. Otherwise, if you did enjoy the video, please feel free to like, share, comment. Let me know what you guys think about this, and subscribe. And all that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. Boy. Raid Shadow Legends, a game that I've been playing, loving, and covering for over 6 years here on YouTube, check out my channel if you want to, is giving away one of the best legendary champions of all time right now to new users. All you gotta do to get your hands on the great Grand Oak Padre is use promo code RATH. So download Raid Shadow Legends, promo code RATH, W-R-A-T-H. Trust me, this is absolutely insane. He's one of the best legendary champions in the entire game. He's pretty new in the game as well. He's one of the most wanted champions on so many of my peers, so many fellow players. Why is he so good? He brings like 3 champions in one champion. One of the strongest carries in the game. Ally attack, cleanse, increase speed, buffs for everybody. It's Grando, and you can get it for free. So again, what are you waiting for? Download Raid and use promo code RATH to get Grand Oak. Survive. Download for free.
One of the most popular questions people come to you with as a sleep doctor, there's 3 biggies. Number 1 is, what do I do if I fall asleep okay and I wake up in the middle of the night and I can't fall back to sleep?
And you can help people with that.
Absolutely. The second question is, what pillow should I buy? And I'm going to walk you through which pillows make sense for which people. And then another one that people ask me all the time is, what's the best time to have sex?
It's a strange thing for somebody of your profession to be.
Yeah, well, let me explain why. So I've been an actively practicing sleep specialist for 26 years, and I take care of people's sleep problems like apnea, insomnia, and
She got this whole vibe grooving. Now that we're here, there's nothing that compares. This beat was vibe that's got the whole room moving. Just one of those nights, there's something in the air. Let your sense of warning, let the light come in. You want to know. Try to sing the topic, get up to keep surrender. Gotta keep it all on time. All night long, never catch us running. That's what I keep it together. I'm gonna keep it together. You won't have to wait. All night till the great together. Never go there. Seems like the world is after night on the takes. There's a little rhythm inside of your heart. We took the stage as soon as you wanna go. Always been here for you, running from the start. baby, keep it on so fly. You know how it's done, I'll keep the party going. Why don't you bust a week? You're not running late for my flow is. So glad I need this day to this can't be wrong. Let's make this last forever. I'm ready to rock the party. Let
I'll leave Corwin.
No, bro, this is serious.
Let me know. I don't want to work. I'll leave my day once. But
I left because I want to join Cole, bro.
Is this the try not to laugh now, bro? Bro, we don't want you, bro. Address the elephant.
What you mean?
Bro, come on, give me
Oh, we don't want you. Oh, man. Kansas feeling like the unk in the room, bro. The unk in the room. That's like people don't care anymore, bro. So we have to follow up with this Sidemen KSI fiasco. Just a few videos ago, we actually spoke on it. In fact, here it is right here. KSI's greed and envy just cost him everything. A video I posted 2 days ago, doing pretty well, almost 100,000 views. That's awesome. But anyway, we're going to be following it up with this video right here. Sidemen finally responds to KSI. Yeah, we're going to hear.
Have you ever played a game that uses AI throughout the entire experience? The moment you enter this game, you can upload a photo and let AI automatically generate your in-game character. Not satisfied? You can fine-tune the details yourself afterward. Having an combat? That's just the basics. The real highlight is this. AI dynamically adjusts your skill loadout based on your current skill quality and skill level. It builds the optimal combat solution for you. On top of that, AI also generates random events and hidden treasures across the map. These are unique encounters that every adventurer must discover on their own. If that sounds interesting, come give Sword and Staff a try.
Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi.
Hello friends, this patch brings us another 6th character, and this time it's for the Blood Angels faction. We get Cesar, a Blood Angels Assault Terminator. We've known about this guy for a while since the leaks from another YouTube channel, but I'll take you through my usual character showcase. If you're here for a 15-second summary, Cesar is a melee character with a higher than usual mobility from a Terminator. His active does single target damage and heals Cesar, while his passive gives him extra movement and some AoE damage. I think he'll mainly be a PvP character, but he might have some Horde mode value too. More importantly, he is a Lightning Claw's Blood Angels Terminator, and that goes hard for iconic and nostalgia value. Thank you, as always, to my Patreons and YouTube members for their support. Cesar is an uncommon unlock via a 2-week hero release event that starts on July 5th. As usual, Snowprint's art department has done a fantastic job with the model and animations. He has 3 traits: Deep Strike, Rapid Assault, and Terminator Armor. We're familiar with all of them, but the presence of Rapid Assault gives him a nice bit of synergy with Dante and the rest of the Blood Angels faction. Stats and abilities were at max epic rather than at max legendary after popular request. He has a 4-hit melee power attack. Talon, Tacticus Ambassador and Friend has helpfully done some analytics to help me create this radar chart for stats. As you can see, Cesar has some pretty impressive stats. His health stat is on the 87th percentile and armor on the 95th. Damage is also pretty respectable even before buffs. His active ability is called Savage Echoes. It deals eviscerating damage to an adjacent enemy, and the ability deals bonus damage for each free hex adjacent to Cesar. Like the other Blood Angels, this ability has some bonus text if the character is below 50% health, and in this case it regenerates Cesar some health. The passive ability, Red Rampage, is a bit confusing just reading the text, but it's simple once you break it down. In essence, if he kills at least 1 unit during his turn, he gains 1 additional movement until the end of his next turn. After he finishes moving, he does AoE damage to enemies. Let's look at the abilities in gameplay format. The active in principle is simple enough. When he uses the active, he does some damage to an enemy, and in this first clip, with a bunch of empty hexes around him, he one-shots Ragnar. I'm freeze framing here just for a few seconds to show you that it is just the 4 hits from the active that one-shot Ragnar. Nothing extra is needed from the passive. The damage against that same enemy is lower when Cesar is surrounded, so in this second clip, Ragnar doesn't die straight away. However, Ragnar does die to the subsequent passive trigger, which also does a ton of damage to the surrounding remaining ultramarine enemies. In this third clip, you can see that when Cesar is below 50% health and he uses the active, he regenerates a bunch of health. Remember that regenerate is not heal, so it doesn't clear status effects like Marker Light or Neuroparasite. You've already kind of seen the passive in play, but it's a bit of extra free damage at the end of each turn after moving, and it's what lends him and his kit to Horde mode. I guess it's worth pointing out that the Rapid Assault buff triggers for all attacks in that first turn, which makes Cesar really explosive in PvP. It triggers for his passive when moving and then still applies to either his active or his normal attack. There's a lot of math and stuff to look at for Cesar. His active ability, and ability equivalence, restores roughly 60% of Cesar's health. It's a pretty reasonable health restoration mechanic and allows you to be more aggressive when positioning on turn 1, even through Deep Strike, knowing that if the enemy doesn't kill him right away, he'll almost return to full health right off the bat. The damage on his active obviously has a huge range depending on the number of free adjacent hexes, ranging from 0 to 5. Cowan, Tactics Ambassador and Friend has helpfully put the ability through the calculator versus all the characters in the game to create this lovely visual to show how strong the damage is. It's honestly pretty great, but it's better to look at the graph with the Rapid Assault damage added on, seeing as generally the active will always be used on the turn where you have the Rapid Assault buff. With Rapid Assault, all you need is 2 free hexes and the active one-shots most characters in the game. This is just active damage, and before we shift to math about the passive, it's perhaps worth noting that the passive always applies to enemies when the active does, and therefore this guy is generally going to be one-shotting most enemies. I guess the final thing to look at is the passive, so we have again another graph. The passive is fine and reasonable, especially when you factor in things like Rapid Assault and Dante's buff. When you consider that it has an AoE effect every turn and is essentially free damage on top of his already impressive damage stat, the pieces start to fit about why Cesar is such a melee monster. I've combined the next 2 sections into one since they are brief. I don't see Cesar being a kill grade character, so I won't dwell on the topic. He also doesn't release with a relic straight away, as I think Snowprint are shifting their focus back to relics for older characters. Cesar's mythic missions are listed here on screen. Nothing immediately looks too tricky. You do need to find a bunch of Gene Stealer Cult enemies to finish the first mission, but with Onslaught these days they do have a couple of pure straight Gene Stealers, so it's hopefully not too bad. The rest are reasonably straightforward. Just a comment on Tournament Arena. In Faction Wars, players will know that Mephiston was banned relatively recently, and the Blood Angels were given Godswill as a replacement. Godswill's been decent, movement of 4 and a stun are attractive, but I suppose at some point Snowprint will make Cesar the 5th character for the faction. I had initially thought the lower movement and lack of displacement and stun relative to Godswill would result in a net negative TA presence for the Blood Angels, but I've actually been really impressed by Cesar in playtesting. From an LRE perspective, Cesar fits the following restrictions: Terminator armor, deep strike, power damage, eviscerating damage, and rapid assault. Terminator armor units are already among the best in the game for LRE due to their tanky nature and oftentimes AoE damage. I think Cesar continues that theme, and I've put him in the good tier for now. Deep Strike Trade has a couple of okay options. You have Ateneo as a summoner, Rask and the Death Leaper as a speed, and Angrax and Barkio. I think Cesar is probably a bit better than them, but I'm not sure he's quite as good as Angrax, so I've left him in the good tier for now. Power damage is already a super crowded track, so I wouldn't build Cesar specifically there. Still, if you have him geared up, he's probably reasonable. Eviscerating damage is probably where I'm most excited by him. The track is full of really rubbish characters, as I learned recently with the Farside LRE. I think Cesar is one of the better options for this trait. Rapid Assault also has a lot of really popular and powerful units. I think Cesar probably enters the conversation for top 5, especially if Dante comes along and gives his passive a buff. From an infographic, I haven't listed the cutoffs for ability thresholds here since you can get those fairly easily on any Tacticus website. On screen is the character in my usual infographic summary style. Thanks once more to Talent, Tacticus, Ambassador and Friend for his help here. I'll leave this on screen for a bit for you to digest. We can conclude by assessing Cesar's usability. Let's start with Horde Hose. I think this will be one of his best modes, and if that was Snowprint's design aimed at, they've achieved it. AoE damage, tanky, and a self-heal, I think he's pretty much got everything. I've given him a 4 to start. What about War? Well, I really value the high damage capability, and I'm already envisioning potential combos with other units like Dante, Mephiston, and Trajan. He's just a solid unit and kit for this game mode. One of my preferred more offensive styles is to use a team that has high burst damage to eliminate really high threat enemies, and then you just have the remainders to clean up over the subsequent turns. And truthfully, Cesar fits that niche really well. I started with a 4, but I could easily see that moving up. Finally, Raid. As we've covered, Cesar doesn't have a raid kit, so he gets a 1.5 because at least he gets buffed by Dante. It's unusual to have an uncommon character be this strong, and it's very possible that I'm overestimating him, but my gut feeling is that the kit is solid and I will build this guy to a reasonable level. Okay, I'll sign off there. I hope that was useful and you enjoyed playing with Cesar. Thanks as always to my Patreon community members for their support. And bye for now.
The other side of the story. In the previous video, just to catch you up, we talked about how KSI, he helped to start and build this content group, the Sidemen, known as the Sidemen over in the UK, built it into a very successful brand. It's a YouTube channel that does insane numbers, but he just got too greedy. He got too greedy. He was looking at speed. He saw the amount of success he was having in the live streaming world. He was looking at Mr. Beast. He saw the numbers that he was also having, and he said to himself, I need that. Right? He wanted more. He wasn't satisfied, and he started to look at his friends over in the content group and said, you know, it's these fucking guys right here. They're holding me back. They're holding me back. Well, anyway, he abandoned, he left abruptly, and then proceeded to do worse than the Sidemen. The Sidemen YouTube channel is getting more views on their videos than KSI.
Can I watch ads to double my army? No. Kingshot has no ads. It's all about skill.
Elden fight is on his, and it appears as if he has already waved the white flag, sent a message to the Sidemen telling them I'll always be there. He doesn't want to talk about statistics. It appears as if he was going through some kind of midlife YouTuber crisis or some shit like that. But anyway, let's see what the Sidemen have to say regarding KSI.
I actually think KSI is not even one of the best people in the videos anymore.
I think if anyone left, I just don't think Sidemen continued. We only continue if it's a very amicable league.
I have to ask you, obviously, about KSI League.
Yes.
But here's what I want to know.
This is the first time we've actually seen a member from the Sidemen, someone who's very, very close to KSI, actually talk about KSI leaving and everything they led up to it.
But here's what I want to know. I would have. Well, you have to tell me if operationally anything changes.
The six of us have said that we want to carry on making the content, and we have the same team that we've built to help us deliver the content, so we are continuing making content.
He said, nigga, it didn't matter. He said we didn't need you. You were holding us back. Nothing changed. Oh my gosh, that's gotta hurt.
And having a great time as the six of us, which is amazing.
We're having a great time, just the six of us. That's gotta hurt, man. Shit. Yeah, we don't miss you at all, man.
Because we did always say at one point, we said, if one of us leaves, do then others leave, does that end the Sidemen? That was a complete unknown that arrived on our doorstep, and there is no roadmap. There is no off-ramp. We never built an off-ramp. There was no on-ramp to a Sidemen, so to speak. So, fortunately, operationally, the Sidemen is much the same, which is what we wanted.
I didn't even feel it. In fact, now we all get to take home a bigger check because we don't got to split it as many ways.
I don't think the Sidemen would have expected to do the numbers they're doing right now. Right. KSI leaving, the channel hasn't actually fallen off at all. Still doing consistently good numbers, even better than KSI's project he's pursuing. And people even say, did the KSI content get worse, or people don't watch him because of how he left the Sidemen? And someone put, no Soul Tweet videos anymore. He's essentially sacrificed what made him unique and liked.
Right.
To advertise a bunch of 10-year-olds. People unhappily left the group to check
to appease
his views, so they're not watching watching it to give him those views.
Advertise, okay.
They discussed before if one member left, it could possibly be the downfall of the group.
Okay, if one member decided not to leave, do you think that would be the end of the Sidemen?
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Like, if someone tomorrow put a chat on our board,
I thought about that because even then, like we said before, it's going to be one person that kind of creates the downfall in a way. How many boy bands?
Yeah,
I think by the time one person's ready to leave, I think there'll be a couple others that are like,
I reckon if one of us left, it would be the end.
Yeah, it'd be like the domino effect thing.
I have decided that I will be no longer. See, that's what you thought. You thought when he said, "Oh, if one of us left, it would be the end of the Sidemen." He thought that it was going to fall apart. Oh man, this gotta hurt. Be doing Sidemen videos.
It's only been around a month or two now that KSI has probably left the group, and people are saying give it 5 years and the group will no longer be there. They're getting old now, they're making families. What do you guys think? And other people disagree.
Do you think the group stays together for longer than 5 years without JJ?
No, not 5 years.
No, 5 years is a long time. That's a long time, though. Some YouTubers don't even stay on the scene for 5 years. Like, that's a long fucking time, man.
You gotta remember,
I don't know if we will be able to blame that on KSI leaving if 5 years from now they're not still making content together. You know what I'm saying?
They married, got kids,
they got lives, though.
I think it's gonna be a quick separation. But you gotta think it hasn't been the same since JJ started boxing and doing his music.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the transition of him branching away from saying I'm part of this YouTube supergroup to I'm a superstar. Yeah. Myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know how many people didn't know who he was till he started boxing? It's sad because obviously they've been a group for so long and they know groups always break up eventually. And a lot of people wanted to have that sort of fairy tale thing they're gonna last forever. Yeah. But nothing lasts forever. But you're too rich to not be able to.
Yo, with this free damage dealer on your team, you're about to break for more than just hearts. Meet Cupidus, built as a pure damage dealer. He hits multiple enemies at once. Then his HP burned above keeps draining enemy health over time, making it great for long fights and for breaking stone skin in the arena. You'll feel his impact immediately, and he fights fast in the arena. Spider runs. Gets smoother thanks to his HP burn damage. And longer fights like Hydra stays relevant the whole way through as your main DPS. Whatever damage is the issue, Cupidus is the answer. To get Cupidus, just use the Heartbreaker promo code. Check your inbox. Download right now, get Cupidus for free, put it to the test. Whiteout survival. Connect, team up, conquer.
No, it's true. How can I have that much peas and I still feel like I'm restricted or pulled off? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's true. I have to do a video that I don't want to do. I have to be on a shoot for X amount of hours that I don't want to be at.
Yeah.
No,
I'm too
rich for this. Sometimes you gotta know
when
you gotta stop doing certain things.
Yeah.
Like I like Cocoa Pops, but I stopped eating that.
Hey, look, I think there's truth to that you should do what you want to do, and you shouldn't do something you don't want to do just because you feel obligated, especially when something like this, right? It's kind of more of a choice thing, right? It's not like having children or a wife or something like that, right? Or a job, right? Sometimes when it comes to certain roles we play in life, you got to do things you don't want to do because you're supposed to do it. But is KSI supposed to stay in the Sidemen group and make that content if he doesn't want to as a YouTuber? Nah. But it's why and how he left. That's the big problem, right? He left to make this soulless Mr. Beast knockoff slot that he doesn't even seem like he's still passionate about. Right.
The Sidemen / KSI audience are not angry at KSI because he left the Sidemen. It could have been dealt with a lot better. I always say it's not that you left, it's how you left, and that is every single comment on this situation. Right. And Road to Short as well was even angry about the way the KSI left. He, like Mini Minter has said, didn't know anything was coming out.
I come with some devastating news, some diabolical news. KSI has left the Sidemen. No!
Yeah, you know what? I'll try and be serious for a little bit. So, yeah, JJ's left. It's legit. I mean, it's probably you can probably tell by now. Actually, it's legit. It's been a while now, but yeah, it's kind of mad. Like I've been doing Cyberman stuff, but not really about me. But I've been in the Cyberman for like.
And I wish him the best, man. We're gonna miss him, but I think we're still gonna keep going strong. You know, you would have had more of that energy. Instead, this guy's like, yeah, you know, shit, fuck, he's gone, but hey, you know, shit happens. It's like, god damn.
I mean, I've got a lifetime of memories from the days with him, so I'll be forever grateful. It's not all sunshine and roses. I have some serious beef with you, KSI. I didn't know the announcement video was going to drop when it did. I was getting ready for a paddle match. Next thing I know, we're on BBC News, my head's gone, and I lost the paddle match. So I will get my revenge on you in this life or the next, you bastard. But yeah. Also, I feel like I thought it's not like he's dead. I'm sure I'll see JJ soon. Hopefully we can do some videos.
I'm so glad this archetype of YouTuber though is dead now. We don't really see that that cracked out. You know, like that. It's like, you know, that's not how he's talking at the dinner table type shit. And we all, you know what I'm saying, ramp up the charisma and the personality for the sake of the content. But that like cracked out meth guy, super hyper personality, talking in broken segments like that, I'm glad that's not like that's like you know, not a thing anymore.
It ruined the experience and the opportunity for KSI to maintain a lot of that core Sidemen audience when he just left. Road to Shore said it, Miniman has said it, he just left. And Miniman has said if someone left in a bad way, that will be the end of the group. But that didn't happen. Anyway, let's get into what Miniman has said. The Sidemen would never last if anyone left, especially if they left in a bad way.
Do you think the Sidemen would still be relevant if KSI left?
Yes, because he disappeared for fight camps and we still produce AM videos in the sun. So I don't think there's that man behind the camera going like that there. I've got that. You got any opinions? I actually think KSI is not even one of the best people in the videos anymore.
I actually agree. I think you are.
Oh, thanks, man. Have you ever?
Oh no! I mean, I just think if anyone left, I just don't think Sidemen continues. Like, we only continue if it's a very amicable lead. Like,
hear me out. This is big. Dr. Kiss is giving away Lucian for free right now. But before I give you the promo code, let me show you the 3 reasons why he's completely insane. Number 3, double attacks. Lucian attacks twice and cleans up weak enemies super fast. Number 2, high risk, high reward. The lower his health gets, the stronger he becomes. Once he drops below half HP, he starts hitting insanely hard and can completely turn fights around. Number 1, Black Rage. Lucian can recover health, then immediately charge back into battle. But once you activate it, you lose control, and he starts going full berserker mode across the map. If you're a new player, complete the tutorial and use the promo code 11 to unlock Lucian for free before the event ends.
say, like, and God forbid someone got something that meant they couldn't, they couldn't record. That's the only way we'd carry on.
What's wild is KSI.
He was just saying that because that was the right thing to say, especially in light of the focus on the clip he was reacting to, being about KSI. Yeah, he knew he had to say that. Clearly, they didn't believe it.
The last time he left, he's moved on to bigger things, which obviously is a little bit bad.
He was like, touching his face so much as he was seeing. Yeah, if somebody left like KSI, I think we'd have to all fall apart. It's like, yeah, all right, sure, guy.
And this time he said he's moving on to bigger things to compete with Speed and obviously Mr. Beats. On the audience and the journey KSI is going on, he's appeared on a bunch of screens and he just made the whole experience.
Again, that's also so corny to broadcast to the world that your goal is to compete with another guy, right? With another creator. Your goal should be to make the best content, to be as successful as you can be, whatever. Make it about you and your passions and to make it about other people, to set the bar wherever the other guy is just such a corny way to navigate life in general.
How he done it, awkward for him to talk about. Everything just turns
also when you chase escapes, man.
An awkward situation now when the side bet mentioned it. It shouldn't be like that.
Literally just...
Why did you need the side bet, bro? Why did you do it, bro?
You want to be honest?
Bro, can you be honest with the AC on? Bro, address it now.
I'll address it. I'll address it, man. Oh, man. Always address it. You ready?
Bro, don't be doing this thing.
No.
Address the elephant.
No, bro. This is...
Bro, think about it. I'm dead. Listen, I'm like the KSI of corner. So, like...
Don't shut off!
Listen, bro, you want me...
No, this is serious.
I'll leave and I'll leave corner.
No, bro, this is serious.
Let me know. I'll leave anyway.
What the fuck?
Cool, bro.
Is this trying not to laugh now, bro? I don't want you, bro. Address the elephant.
What you mean?
Trust.
Oh, we don't want you. Oh, man. You're feel like the unk in the room, bro. The unk in the room. That's like people don't care anymore, bro.
What the fuck?
The rapper who was like super hot in between 2000 and 2010. But now...
Come on, man. I need a third person.
Know your fucking songs, man.
Trust me.
No, but I love them. They're my boys.
Come on, you Crips are boys. Come on.
No. Nah, they're my boys. No, honestly, man. Like, obviously, they're gonna do well. And I'm gonna do my thing.
Even he knows this shit's a boring ass answer, bro. Give us the fucking... Come on.
What?
The inside scoop.
The inside scoop. What's the inside scoop?
Expansion on the AC on.
Nah, let's roast it here.
Obviously, KSI put a lot of him leaving down to time, spending time with his girlfriend or his family, but he just took up ownership in a football club he was doing stuff with. Also, ambassador deal and ownership in the ball league, doing stuff as well. So there is opportunities like that he could have sacrificed to stay in the sidemen. He just made me think he could do better by himself. And the words that come out of his own mouth, he wants to compete with Mr. Beast and I Should Speak.
Not every YouTube legend can make it to this video, which is why I reached out to Sidemen and I let them pick the next challenge.
Oh, God. What's up, legends?
Look, when they sent me the clip, KSI was still in the Sidemen. I know he just left. Not really sure what to do about it, so I'm just gonna ignore it until you get the clip.
Mr. Beast, you're messy. You're messy, Mr. Beast.
If you go onto KSI's social blade, he got 241 million views in just 30 days.
Right.
300,000 subscribers.
Wow.
It seems absolutely incredible. Because you look at the Sidemen's number, they got 58 million views, literally a fourth of the amount of KSI's, and only 100,000 subscribers. But you may look at both channels and say Sidemen 2.6, 6.5, 4.6, 5.1. They're smashing KSI. Who just released a video of 1, a lot less views on long content.
Yeah, right. Which is the content that really matters. Are there successful YouTube channels that make a shit ton of money just doing YouTube shorts and short form content? For sure, and they have a ton of subscribers. I would argue it's easier to get a lot of subscribers if your content is short form content. But we all know that long form content is just it's another level, man. The guy who gets a million views on a short is not anything compared to the guy that's getting a million views on a fucking 20-minute video, bro. It's two different things altogether.
KSI's not just coming from short form video, Mr. Beast type content, Mr. to be number one again. Right. It's going to be difficult. So we know the reasons he left, a lack of time, wanted to do his own thing, they weren't listening to him, we know all the reasons. But an interesting question that was posed to actually someone behind the business dealings with the Sidemen is why is KSI in pursuit of the TV opportunities when the internet is the new age and obviously the Mr. Beast is very different to that as well. The stuff like Britain's Got Talent, why was he doing that and going down that path?
KSI is a good example of a content creator who moved over to TV. He officially left the Sidemen after 13 years pretty recently. If TV's so dead, why do people like that want to do this?
Yeah, I mean, it was funny, right? When the BGT, and I can't speak for JJ and the team, whatever, but I remember seeing online the sentiment around him going and doing BGT, which is a fun thing to do, I think, for anyone, right? That's it used to be.
That's Britain's Got Talent for anyone who's struggling to follow. Yeah.
Sorry, Britain's Got Talent.
Wait, did he go on to perform or as a judge or as a host? Wait, he went on to perform?
You know, the sentiment around him.
Wait, we gotta look that up. Okay, I can't play because of I guess he was a judge. Wow, right, yeah. You know, I imagine, why does a very successful, very wealthy YouTuber, especially one that's an OG, why would he go and do something like this, which in a lot of ways is kind of a downgrade, right? The internet's where it's at. The most popping people are YouTube celebrities, TikTok celebrities. It's just a legacy, right? There is still a certain level of prestige that comes with being on television, that comes with being in movies, right? You might have more followers than an actor, but it's just another level of fame. It's another like caliber of fame, and I think, you know, KSI, he wants it all. Clearly, he's just hungry for it. He's no longer satisfied with his presence online and wants to branch out and do other things, and that's fine. It just feels a little desperate. It feels like he's grasping for something.
Coming in John's Britain's Got Talent was, it's not just KSI's doing some side quests, that was the overwhelming thing. So you see him really into it, that's nice, that's a nice thing to do on the side. Which sounds slightly insane to people who, as an old guy, like in the civil industry, the scene. You GT on top of the world, 10 million, 11 million, at its peak, that's huge numbers, and now it's declined to, 2-3 million. Something like video, I'm sure it's an amazing, fun thing to do, and it's great to be able to have that experience, and also to reach a broader audience who are watching still linear, but it's not in any way close to YouTube. That was his mindset, and then it's very exciting.
Yeah, like the point is, are people going to see KSI on YouTube or on the Rings of God's Talent if they go subscribe to his YouTube channel? I would say probably not, right? The other way, you can pay YouTube viewers to watch him on Rings of God's Talent, and so that's why it feels like kind of a step down in terms of overall clout, but I can see the appeal.
It's always been YouTube is the cornerstone, the heartbeat of connection to an audience. It's not linear, it's not traditional TV. And they can be fun, the experiences can be great, but it doesn't define you anymore in a way that actually, even when I started my career, it definitely did. So it's only been really in the last 5-6 years, I think. Since TikTok, I would say. TikTok was the turning point when things really started to decentralize away from the power players of media, which is, I think, what we're feeling today.
What Britain's Got Talent was thinking of bringing KSI over all that star power that he has.
Right.
He's been held back from it for a long time. Sidemen, him do his own thing. They thought they'd bring that over to a talent show, the same as X Factor for the Americans. Then they could obviously get their viewers back. But the show ratings absolutely plummeted and nosedived. It's safe to say TV isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
The Sidemen's own talent shows were doing serious numbers. But anyway, someone had said,
wow.
I honestly think they're better off without it. I know it was partly a character he was playing, but it seemed like he was putting in bare minimum effort. It acted like it was an inconvenience having been there for a long time. Right. But they actually joked a little bit when a woman said that Road to Shore has a little YouTube channel, and because KSI left, they poked fun at him, saying that he may not be able to make money anymore.
I was just taking me for a man I've got, man. I'm finished now.
You've got to get a loan now.
Yeah. Would you recommend I take a loan now? There's a moral question for you there.
What are you making up on your little YouTube channel? Like, is that...
maybe not for much longer.
They're all laughing because their checks got bigger after KSI left, right? Well, guys, that's the video. That's the situation. That's the update. It seems as if the Sidemen are doing just fine and are not at all hurting as a result of KSI leaving. On the other hand, KSI, he seemed like a man lost at sea, trying to find his way. Like, hey, happens to the best of us, right? It truly does. But that's the video, guys. You let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Play Out Survive. Download for free.
Whether you're a champion, a mercenary, or an assassin, stay in the business of taking lives long, and you'll earn yourself a nemesis. Ours cursed us. His body was extinction.
They didn't even try to hide the racism anymore.
Everyone, what? You're not a Trump crowd.
Yeah, like, dude, this is the fucking KKK rap. Essentially, we're talking about the racism. Fucking gay. Republicans, huh? We still got some of those walking around. What's wrong with you, huh? What is wrong with you if you're still a Republican? 2026, something's wrong with you. See, here's the thing. It's not true that the Republican Party of today and the Democrat Party of today are the same parties that they were 8 years ago, 16 years ago. Further back in Cold War, there was ideological overlap between the Democrat and the Republican Party. Believe it or not too long ago, you had something. You would have liberal Republicans and conservative Democrats, right? That's the thing that actually existed for quite a while. But as time has progressed, the parties have become more and more polarized. And now it has gotten to a place where it is crystal clear what the Republican Party is. It is the party of racists and racism, fascism. It's the party of the billionaire elite. It's the party that has no problem handing over the keys to the kingdom to fucking tech oligarchs and billionaires so they can strip the government of essential services, right? Leaving millions of
All right, I'm gonna stop this one right here.
strip